out here.
Tonight, the apology after the slap and the backlash.
Oh, wow.
Will Smith breaking his silence, writing on Instagram, "Violence in all of its forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong." He says it condemns the actions of Will Smith, adding they've officially started a formal review around the incident and will explore further action and consequences, which could range from losing his Oscar to lesser penalties. Hollywood's biggest night spiraled out of control as Chris Rock began his monologue, joking about Will Smith's wife's hair, despite Jada Pinkett Smith's public struggles with alopecia and hair loss.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
After Smith grinned and his wife rolled her eyes, he suddenly strode across the stage and violently lashed out.
Oh, wow.
The American broadcast fell silent, but the rest of the world soon heard what Smith yelled to Rock.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
The show went on as social media exploded.
As for Rock, the comedian has yet to comment publicly, but tonight he's set to perform 2 shows in Boston. The cheapest ticket on StubHub overnight, $720. And TickPick, a secondary market seller, tweeting Monday, "We sold more tickets to see Chris Rock overnight than we did in the past month combined."
And there's new data about how the slap impacted the Oscars ratings Sunday night. Nielsen reports 600,000 people tuned in after the confrontation.
I was embarrassed for Will. I was horrified for Chris Rock. I mean, Will apologized to the Academy and he apologized to his colleagues and the other nominees, but he didn't apologize to Chris Rock.
No.
And I thought Chris was the one that deserved an apology for taking the high road.
I think he overreacted.
Wait.
I get it. Not everybody acts the way we would like them to under pressure. Some people just snap. He snapped. What I do want to say is I think it's remarkable and wonderful that Chris Rock did not take it to that other place it could have gone. We're not going to take that Oscar from him.
Well,
we're not
I
going to
think
take
there should be consequences to
Well, there will be
national
consequences,
television.
I'm sure, but I don't think that that's what they'll be.
Apparently,
particularly because Chris said, "Listen, I'm not pressing any charges."
1 week later.
Will Smith just resigned from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. The announcement a week after he slapped Chris Rock live on the Oscars telecast. In a statement, Will Smith wrote that his actions were shocking, painful, and inexcusable. Packer also told ABC News that the LAPD was prepared to arrest Will Smith after the incident, but that Chris Rock was dismissive of the idea.
The LAPD came and needed to talk to Chris. We will go get him. We are prepared. We're prepared to get him right now. You can press charges. We can arrest him. As they were talking, Chris was, he was being very dismissive of those options. He was like, "No, I'm fine."
If I know that in this hotel room they have food every day, and I'm knocking on the door every day to eat, and they open the door, let me see the party, let me see like them throwing salami all over just like throwing food around. But they're telling me there's no food in here. You know what I'm saying? Every day, I'm standing outside trying to sing my way in. You know what I'm saying? We are hungry, please let us in. We are hungry, please let us in. After about a week, that song is going to change to, we hungry, we need some food. After 2-3 weeks, it's like, give me the food, breaking out the door. And after a year, you just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm picking the lock, coming through the door, blasting, you know what I'm saying? It's like you hungry, you reached your level, you don't want any more. We asked 10 years ago. We was asking with the Panthers. We was asking with them, the civil rights movement. We was asking, now those people that were asking, they're all dead and in jail. So now what do you think we're going to do?
Welcome to Everyday Script. I'm your host, Michael Gold, and the subject is, the slap heard around the world. I'm going to go ahead and get my 2 cents in it. for what I saw on the of this incident, I just saw two guys dealing the dispute. Now, I'll put it like this. I know some people may not understand of other races, but I just say it like this: with black people, that's how disputes be solved. You know what I mean? So that's like not like, I don't know what y'all saw, but that's what I saw. You know, more or less. This is two guys with a dispute, and that's how they did. Could it went worse than that? Yeah. And yeah, it was wrong that it had been on HY television. Yeah, but that's my take on it. Well, I just put it like this on this. I'm not really worried about what happened with the slap. You know what I mean? I kind of don't care, because that's what I saw. I saw two guys with a dispute, and they handled the dispute, right? No press, no charges were pressed and anything like that. But this is why I'm more interested in what happens next. You know what I'm saying? It only happened a week ago. The date is the 2nd of April, and within that week, what happens within that week? Well, we just heard yesterday that Will Smith he resigned from the union, so he's not really a part of the union anymore. And I also heard that they took away his Oscar. So, I mean, I already figured that was going to happen anyway. You know, they had to do some kind of punishment. You know what I mean? Just have to punish him some kind of way. Even though the way I see it with Will Smith is this: look at his whole entire career, right? Will Smith ain't never been known as somebody who been hard, a thug, or anything like that, right? But one slap, and all this happened with that. So I look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's kind of funny how it happens like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially with black entertainers. You know what I mean? Bill Cosby is another example. Whether you feel like it was right, he did it or not, it's still kind of like, okay, at the end of the day, this guy's like, about 90 years old, and they still try to put him in jail. Like, what the hell he's gonna do with anybody? You know, he's not gonna hurt anybody anymore. But you know, they just had to do that. You know, R. Kelly, well, you know, like I say, same thing. Whether he's guilty or not, you know, you just gotta look at the result. You know what I mean? You got a lot of other people who then got in trouble that wasn't African American, and they didn't get that same treatment. You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? I'll look at it like that too. You know, we've been seen it before. This is another person, but the same story. You know, but anyway, with the collage, the collage I showed at the beginning, that just kind of just bring you up to speed of what happened before that. I'm gonna have a little collage at the end just to let everybody know what people online are saying about the incident, you know. But and oh yeah, by the way, I would like to call that that little tidbit. This is what they think about you, Will Smith. This is what I like to call it. This is what they think about you, right? So this is what you think about you, Will Smith, right? So I'll just end this video with that, and enjoy the collage, which is, this is what they think about you, Will Smith.
Will. What you did, man, was assault. You and I both know that when motherfuckers talk about your wife, you have to wait for them to challenge you into a boxing match. And then you accept. And you wait for them to pussy out. Weren't you Muhammad Ali?
I'm gonna say this, bro. You guys think this is real? This is just season 4 of Everybody Hates Chris.
This is Paul Mooney. I know everybody saw the Oscars. Baby. It looked like the goddamn Source Awards. I mean, Will Smith, that's the blackest I've ever seen him act. I mean, he rocked the shit out of Chris Rock. I mean, for real, he left some fresh prints on his goddamn face. I mean, he was the real Hancock. That's real. I mean, Chris Rock, brilliant comedian, very funny, very funny, very funny. I didn't think the joke was that damn bad, but nigga, you got to read the room, nigga. Read the goddamn room. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I mean, Will Smith, he's getting tired of pleasing these goddamn white folks. I mean, he's scared, those white folks. White folks were scared. They said, this nigga's gone batshit crazy. Oh my God, I'm telling you. Now, the safest nigga done ruined it for all these other niggas. Hattie McDaniel is rolling in a goddamn grave. I mean, come on. Now, they gonna open up the envelope on the next award and say, and the winner is none of you niggas.
Boy, was that a shameful act.
All right, so the Oscars last night actually turned into the Source Awards. When I saw it last night, the first thing I thought was, wow, Ali punched Pookie. Then I thought, wow, I thought Kanye and I had beef. And then I got tremendously sad because it was a night that there were several things people should have been proud of. And even though the night I think turned out to be something other than people planned, there were a lot of moments to be proud of. Questlove winning, the fact that 2 women of color and 3 women in general were hosting the show. There were several people who were grateful and honorable. What I thought, and as to the question of whether what happened last night was right or wrong, when you hit somebody, that is illegal. And the only reason nobody didn't go to jail is because nobody pressed charges. So if you have a question as to whether that was right or wrong, if it's illegal and could potentially be a felony, it's probably wrong. If you told somebody you didn't like something somebody said and you punched him in front of people, you more than likely would go to jail. Having said that, Will Smith was integral in my life. I was a warm-up for many years because I was on this show initially as a warm-up. I got fired because people didn't like me. Alfonso Ribeiro's father didn't like me, and he got me, and I was fired. Weeks later, Will called me back, and I was a warm-up for the duration of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And he knew that I needed, back then I think it was $10,000 in SAG due. You had to make $10,000 in wages to get benefits, or you couldn't. He knew I had a family, and he was just remarkable. It was remarkable to watch what he'd become. It was remarkable to watch somebody who went from a rapper to a TV star to the biggest movie star in the world. And now on last night, he did something no other person, black or white, very rarely has done. Achieved box office success and all of a sudden the critical accolades, the best actor. And that is not what people are talking about. I can say this, I like everybody else, I like everyone else out there can only speculate, but I can say this. Planes don't crash because one thing happens. Planes have redundant systems in place, so that if this thing goes wrong, then things stop. When planes crash, you can believe that sequentially a lot of things went wrong. And that happens when people snap. And you only have to look at what happened. Like I like you, saw Will, hear the joke and laugh initially, and then something happened. Now, I can't tell you what that was, what the trigger was, but I can tell you this. It seemed to be certainly more than a joke, than that joke that day. You only had to look at what he said in his acceptance speech and how emotional he was and how he talked about the disrespect he had to take and the things that people had done to him. And I remember very early on that some of the things that people would say were more jealously based. But then later on, they've gotten more sinister, more acrimonious, more mean, more hurtful. And I can tell you this, that a lot of the things we know because that information comes directly from that family. A lot of it. There is an entire verbiage. If you say entanglement, you know exactly what that means. That didn't come from other people. Now, of course, the public is going to pontificate and to guess and to rumor monger. That is only natural. That's what happens, and that's unfortunate. But to give them something they can use against you, to give them the club that then hurts you to the extent that you're crying about it in a very emotional way, seems to be counterintuitive. If the attempt was to protect your family and to protect your wife, don't look on the internet now, because some of the things they're saying are even more hurtful, even more hurtful. It is a shame that on a night that should have been celebratory, on a night where we saw things that we'd never seen before, we saw a thing we'd never seen before. And it's sad, but it says a lot about what we allow people to have access to and the things that we allow, that we hold precious, that we let people use against us. And not on purpose. I think it's great to try to be transparent, but there are things that come along with that. There's some of the things that people repeat and regurgitate and rumor about are things that come from that very family, and that's a shame. Now, if that's how you want to be, no one can stop you from saying anything you want to say, but understand who people are. When you're telling us, when you're crying, when you're emotional about something you've gone through, it was not just that day. It was a series of days. There have been some humiliating things that have happened. We all have those things happen in our families, in our relationships, in our business dealing. We just mostly don't have to do them out loud. But I would say this. I don't think you owe it to people to give them the club that they beat you with. I don't think you owe it to people to give you the knives that they cut you with or the ammunition they use to blow you apart. In the Bible, it says, do not get dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearls to pigs. If you do, they may trample them under their feet and turn and tear you to pieces. And a variation of that is what played out last night. It was sad. It was mean, but it happened. And I think some of the things that people do to us, we give them the ammunition that they need. That's a little note from the GED section. We got the Jazz Report coming up in 15 minutes. It's the D.L. Hughley Show.
Oh my God.
This is crazy.
What the is going on, man?
Yeah.
First things first, right? I opened up my phone. I go to my news feed. The first thing I can see, two of my best friends. Oh, I see one slapped up. I don't know what the hell's going on, man. I need to get in contact with Will. That's Philadelphia, man. That's my home. That's my stomping grounds. That's where I'm from. That's my guy. Rock. That's my guy.
Right when I was dozing off. Look at you.
I don't know what the hell's going on, man. I really need to get both of them on the phone so we can work this thing out. He slapped the shit. Oh, man, I swear to God, when I see Chris, he better not say a goddamn thing when I talk to him. He slapped the shit out of you, man.
Kevin, what if that would have been you?
Know, oh, he wouldn't do me like that. Well, he know better than that, man. He know better than the part. He wouldn't do it. But he slapped 4 seasons of Everybody Hates Chris out of Chris, man. He slapped the New Jack City out of oh my God. He slapped oh my God.
I think Will Smith is an emotionally disturbed little bitch. So first of all, and I know there's a lot of Will Smith lovers out there, and I like Will Smith just fine. There's going to be a lot of people defending him, and especially going to say, oh, he was just defending his wife, sticking up for his wife. He wasn't sticking up for his wife. He's an insecure little bitch. His marriage is on the rocks. So he's like, oh, I need to do something to prove to Jada my love is real or some bullshit. I don't know.
But now I guess there's this new clip where it's showing a different angle, and it's showing Jada Pinkett laughing and...
A newly surfaced video seemingly shows Jada Pinkett Smith laughing after her husband, Will Smith, smacked Chris Rock during the 2022 Academy Awards.
I just sat down because I was like, I gotta put that drink down.
Would do all kind of fuck shit. But if it is fake, this is an embarrassment. Thank you, Joe Thompson, for that needed that $20. This is an embarrassment to black people if it is fake, because the brother, Will Packer, was in charge of the Oscars, so to speak. And if they let black people go up there and act a fool like that staged, I am ashamed of everybody who had something to do with it. If black people turn the Oscars into the mini version of the 99 Source Awards, y'all went for that shit, I'm embarrassed for you. But I don't think it was staged. I don't think it was staged. I think that every man who is of a certain age, over 45, every man who allows an evil, cankerous whore to be in their presence at age 45 and older, if you allow an evil, wicked bitch who fuck her son's friend to accompany you on your shoulder in public, you ain't gonna get nothing but drama. Let's just start saying that. You cannot sit up front at the Oscars with a bald head, bitch, and expect nobody not to say something. It is impossible. You cannot be, what as my man Willie D said, bald head hog. Even Lupita had a wig on. Lupita, whatever that is. The African bitch had some hair. She knew better than that. That bitch was like, I'm going to put on something, fuck that bullshit up front. This nigga came to the Oscars with a bald head bitch that fucked y'all son, homie, in y'all house.
They said she got alopecia, Cole. They said she got alopecia, man.
No, August got all the piece of that pussy. August got all the piece of that pussy in your house, Will. You slapped the wrong man. You slapped the wrong man. A man say, G.I. Jane, he said, I love you. G.I. Jane too, can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Will, your goofy ass laughed at first. You got checked by your bitch on sight. Your bitch did this. That nigga did. Oh, you ain't like that, babe? Nigga, you's a goofy for that, nigga.
I think it's real. It looked real to me.
It was real.
It would look
It
real.
was real. No, the way he messed up the next thing.
I mean, if it's not real, I will say Chris Rock, the way his head reeled back like that. Listen, I've seen a lot of punches in my life. That should look very real.
Will Smith just smacked the out of me.